I'm pretty sure this is the place.
So what happened to Brian in the end?
Well... Hey, look! There's the car Bennett rented.
Bennett? Wait a minute. Brian was trying to escape because you were gonna send him to jail.
Incorrect. He escaped because he overheard a phone call where I was making unrelated accusations about a patient who's pretending to be insane. Jacob Kurgan. Brian, on the other hand, is innocent. Basco did not kill Colonel Kordsmeyer. The recordings I took of his hypnotherapy sessions demonstrated from a clinical perspective, but unfortunately that is not enough to convince the jury to find him innocent, which is why we are here now, at Lieutenant Colonel Jerome D. Chapman's house.
Chapman? Wasn't he Kordsmeyer's second in command?
I'm out of here.
The one who killed himself during Brian's trial?
Well, yes and no. My theory is that he didn't commit suicide. Instead, whoever's behind all this treachery most likely murdered him.
And you think we'll find some clues here to back up your story?
Exactly. Plus, Chapman called Judge Whitley the day before he died. He wanted to meet with her to discuss something important. I don't know what it could be, but perhaps we'll find some answers in this house.
Doctor, I still need you to answer a few questions, but believe me, I'm on your side.
All right. You look around down here, and I'll search around upstairs.
Hey, you think the hot water's working here? If I don't get a shower, those clues are going to escape from me. A nice hot shower, a fresh, clean outfit that's a bit more casual. Man, this must be where they found Chapman's body. Freaky. The best I can do is ignore it while I search for clues to prove Chapman didn't kill himself, as well as the supposed message he was trying to get to the judge. Come on, Gina, get down to investigating. I don't know much about boxing, but from the design, they seem pretty old. It looks specially placed there, so that you'll run into it every time you come through the door. Good idea. But besides looking through it, the time has come to do a full, in-depth ransacking of this room. I must not be on the right track. I've looked everywhere, but I haven't found a single thing that resembles a clue. This is going to be harder than I expected. For being a widower's house, there's a lot of them. Most men get by with a can opener and a bottle cap remover. No, none of them would be of any use to me. Oh, wait. This one might be nice, actually. I already had too much tonight on our way over here, but maybe I could make some for Bennett. Nah, I'll ask him if he wants some later. Well, if I really have to. Kordsmeyer's Slayer faces maximum sentence. Damn the press. What do they know about the Slayer? What for? When I searched through the room, I read a little. Besides the headlines, there wasn't any interesting news, and Chapman hadn't scribbled or underlined a word. You can see Chapman was a natural-born athlete. Whoever killed him must have been very careful about it. Photo's not bad, but not good enough to keep. Oh, old Granny Timmons had one just like it. There are all kinds of books here, but especially on history, paleontology, and sports. When I opened it during my thorough search, I verified that there's nothing but ash inside. You won't find anything but that. There's a pile of photocopies. There are reports on recruits who were under Chapman's command at some time. One thing I did find, though, is his birth date, August 19th, 1953. Chapman died of a gunshot to the head. and there were no other signs of violence, so this bat can't be used as a clue in the investigation. No, I'm not going to pretend to be a baseball player or a psychopath. The riverbed is completely dry, but what's that there? Well, I guess now's the time to put my exotic dancing skills to the test. Awesome, a wire cutter. Darn, it's locked with a heavy-duty padlock. There was a similar one back at my folks' place. They're hanging from hooks and fishing lines tied to a short, thin rope. I don't see what good the fish bones would do me, but... this will definitely end up coming in handy. No, Bennett said he'd take care of searching upstairs. It might not be a bad idea to ask him how he's doing, though.
What is it, Gina?
First of all, can I make you some coffee?
Don't tempt me, Gina. I gave up on coffee the day Brian ran away.
How come?
After recent events, my brain has been so traumatized that consuming any stimulants could create an imbalance in my mental equilibrium. You know, I produce enough adrenaline and dopamine to fill an entire coffee maker myself.
Oh, I bet. Or even two. Hey, about Chapman. Could you tell me anything more about Chapman's death?
He had been fishing that day, but we know he returned here in mid-afternoon because he received a telephone call at 6:15 p.m.
Is anything known about that call Chapman received the afternoon he died?
I haven't figured it out yet, but what is clear is that the call was cut off. In fact, the line was cut off for a few days, and they came to repair it during the investigation.
Now that you mention it, who investigated the case?
In the beginning, the county sheriff, but then the military and the FBI took over and sent him home. Since the contact who gave me the keys to this place belongs to the FBI, I know the investigation was a mess, almost non-existent.
Why was the investigation so sloppy?
Kordsmeyer's death and Brian's trial had already stirred up too much of a fuss. Since Chapman's demise seemed like a clear case of suicide, with a gunshot to the temple and his own gun in his hand and no other signs of violence, the feds and army came in, they took a few fingerprints, a couple photos, rummaged through some drawers, and case closed.
What do you know about Chapman's life?
Very little. He was born right here in Winkaping County. He loved sports. He was a calm and quiet man. His wife died a few years back, and he isn't known to have had any romances since.
Why is the cabin so clean 6 months after Chapman's death?
The cleaning lady has been coming in once a week because Chapman paid her for 6 months' work in advance, and her time's not up yet.
Why was the investigation so sloppy?
Like I said, the day before, he called Judge Whitley and told her he had to give her an important document. Just imagine it. Hey, Judge Whitley, tomorrow I'll be delivering my suicide note to you. Well, you don't need a degree in psychiatry to realize it doesn't add up.
Let's drop Chapman's death for a bit.
Okay, any other questions?
You know, about our objectives in this house. What did we come here to do?
Our mission here consists of 2 parts. To find that message Chapman wanted to give the judge, and to look for clues which prove my theory that he did not commit suicide.
Have we found any of the stuff we're looking for?
Unfortunately, I haven't. However, everything seems to indicate that Chapman had a laptop here, which is now missing.
Who took it? The military? The FBI?
Perhaps, but it also could have been taken by the killer.
Or maybe Chapman hid it himself.
Good thinking, Gina. Good thinking.
Do we have authorization from anyone to be here?
Not exactly, but sort of. I have a friend at the FBI. I asked him for help, and he sent me the keys to the cabin and several documents related with the investigation. That and my status as a court psychiatrist should keep anyone from bothering us.
One other thing. Say, about that shed, you wouldn't have those keys by any chance, would you?
Yes, hold on, I'll toss them to you. Here you go.
Damn, right under the kitchen cabinets. Where are they? I bet they fell into that hole. My hand doesn't fit there either. Hey, Bennett?
Yes?
The keys slipped out of my hands and, well, they fell into the cabinet and...
And? I'd imagine something as silly as that would be no problem for you. Or am I mistaken?
Problem? No, of course. I just wanted to keep you informed. Damn it. I don't want to go up there and invade Bennett's turf. However, if I'm going to talk with him, I'm better off taking a seat. Much more comfortable in the long run. No, I'm not doing that. That's a great excuse for taking a load off.
What's on your mind?
Hey, about Gabbo? Why is Gabbo not in Happydale?
Destiny creates strange bedfellows, Gina. Allow me to explain. The night Brian escaped, I stayed at work very late. And suddenly... Miss Palmer, you forgot how to knock before entering?
I want Basco's recordings and the report.
What?
Got 3 seconds. 1,
I'm not giving you a thing.
2.
And while you were escaping, Miss Palmer stole the recordings and the report on Brian, right?
I'm afraid so. Luckily, I had just sent a backup copy to my computer at home, and only Judge Whitley and I know the password.
How did you and Gabbo escape from Happydale?
Gabbo and I hid all night in an abandoned wing of the hospital, in a sort of old morgue. And in the morning, we snuck into the laundry truck, pretending to be janitors.
What did you and Gabbo do after escaping?
We went to my house to retrieve my recordings of Brian's hypnotherapy sessions. But when we got there was a very suspicious-looking car watching the front door, so we didn't dare go in.
Did you tell Gabbo to contact me during Brian's fake funeral?
Yes, I mistakenly thought that you knew his whereabouts. Meanwhile, I came here and began to investigate the Chapman case.
Where is that crazy guy now?
Oh, don't you worry. He'll be back any minute now, with money from a few bingo parlors, some fresh bruises, and a bad case of crabs. He's hyperactive, you know.
Let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
I'll leave you alone and continue snooping around here.
All right.
Huh? Looks like a cushioned envelope. You know, I'd love to, but the space between the cabinet and the floor is too small for my hand. That sounds good. That was a cinch. I knew all along I could nab him. Good idea, Gina. How weird, it doesn't have a stamp. Okay. Yuck! This is a pigsty. Oh, of course. I forgot. Bennett told me the FBI agents in the military did a full search in here. All the better, saves me more time. Whoever searched this joint really got into it. They left everything so organized. Did Chapman do his own laundry? Now I understand why there's no clothesline in the yard. Another clue that Chapman did not kill himself. With such a nice rope to hang himself, why would Chapman commit suicide with a gun and stain those hardwood floors? Of course, men do have a thing for... Hey, wait. Why isn't there any blood on the floor of the cabin? This is getting more and more complicated. They have a dual visor, the normal part to cover your eyes, and the other, which, if I'm not mistaken, magnifies whatever you're looking at. Just one? Nobody mentioned Chapman was missing a leg. I don't think it has anything on it but dust. Wait, those are spider hairs. So long on the ground, I guess it's normal. But what a freaking huge spider, huh?
What is it, Gina?
You'll never guess what I found in an envelope addressed to Chapman.
Surprise me. Does it contain some interesting document, perchance?
No document.
What a shame.
But it has some tiny little hairs inside. Like a spider's. I grew up in the country, you know, and sometimes those...
Spider hairs. I should have known.
What?
I have to talk to the sheriff. Thanks to the envelope, he'll give me the information we need to prove Chapman didn't commit suicide. You keep searching around. We've almost got it.
Okay. Looks like it's my job to find the supposed message that Chapman left for the judge. Get to work, Gina.